This episode is brought to you by Google Pixel, the official fan phone of the NBA and WNBA. The new Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro are built different. How? Take the Audio Magic Eraser tool. It helps block out distracting crowd noise so your play-by-play commentary sounds crystal clear. The only phone engineered by Google brings out the audio you care about so your videos sound as crisp as they look. Learn more at googlestore.com/pixelnba. Audio Magic Eraser requires Google Photos app. May not work on all audio elements.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode looks like a lot of cringy people are trending on social media. Probably I'm gonna start off. I don't really know too much about him, but Bryce Hall, I guess he was trending today because he got into a fight, or I guess he broke up a fight. I think that's what it was, but I guess a lot of people, like, just after all of the controversy and stuff facing him, like, people just find him cringy. I don't know. I don't really know the guy, so I can't really call him or put him in that category as a cringy person, unless there's like a cringe compilation of him, or like unless every video I've seen of his has been cringy, but I can't say that. But for the next person that I can say that about, Trisha Paytas. So I guess I haven't seen nothing. I don't want to see anything. But I guess some nudes of hers is trending all over social media. But I'm like, you guys must have just recently got onto the internet, because I for the longest thought that girl was a porn star. I'm like, wasn't she on like a Pornhub or something like that? She was on some website, and I remember people was like blowing that up and talking about it and things. I think it was like, I remember discovering that when I seen it was like somebody was talking about it on Twitter and stuff, and she was trending, and then I seen it was just like some random tweet, and I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, so that's pretty much how her career, or how she got all famous and things. It's like, you uploading porno videos. I see. So I'm like, it makes sense now. But other than that, like, I still need to work on this video that I recorded of her. I'm thinking about just scrapping everything and just redoing it, because I feel like a lot of stuff that I talk, you know what? Nah, I just keep it. I just need to hurry up and post it and stuff before it's a little too late. But anyways, I recorded this stuff like last month and just never really got around to working on it, because I was working on a bunch of other things, including my other channels. In fact, I'm actually creating another channel, so this would be my 22nd YouTube channel, but this is to promote my new brand, and it's kind of like it's something I've been thinking about doing for the longest. I just didn't really know what name to give it, but yeah, it's like pretty much, yeah, just a brand. Like, I'm pretty much just gonna be trying to do everything with it, coming out with clothes, having people like a part of the brand. What else? Yeah, it's I'm pretty much be doing it the most I can with it. I already have some merch out. I have the Instagram account, so I had to, like, there was an Instagram account, so I didn't realize that Instagram still does this thing where you are only allowed to have like the 5 minimum like Instagram accounts like on a device. And I find that stupid. I'm like, bruh, you gotta understand, there's like companies out there where they need more than 5 like Instagram accounts. If YouTube will allow me to create 22 YouTube channels, I think Instagram, you can like up it to like 10 or something. Like, bruh, come on now. Like, who does some stuff like that? I'm like, I don't know how it is on Twitter or, well, Facebook. I know you can have like multiple Facebook pages and stuff. So that's what I'm like, I'm not so much as worried about. I should create like a Facebook page promoting this brand. But yeah, I created a brand. It's called Wastelanders, but the instead of A's it's X's, and then instead of an S at the end it's a Z. So I wanted to, because there was like, I was gonna call it like Wastelands, but I'm like, nah, I want to call it like Wastelanders, you know, to like make it seem like it's a group, like it's people and things. And so working on that. But yeah, like I said, I got some merch out. Probably gonna release some more merch, promoting my name, TMossBoss, and also promoting this brand. I'm going to work on the promo video, also promoting the brand. I still need to create the YouTube channel, and yeah, from there I just have it where it's like just pretty much like, I don't know, like there's still more that I want to do, because I also want the brand to get involved in like gaming. So I'm like, whoever wants to, like, you know, it's kind of like a clan or something, but like that, clothing, What else? Like just all work in general, just like anything that we can put our mind to, just be a step further with ourselves, yeah, just overall, just have it where it's like, people just become a better person and things. So, it's a brand to motivate and just bring out the best out of people and stuff. So, there's that. And then what else? Oh yeah, and then Donald Trump. This is gonna be a random talk. I'm just talking about a bunch of random stuff right now. But yeah, Donald Trump. I guess he's back in the White House and things. I don't know how to really feel about Trump. I don't. I'm like he's. It's we already know like the man's not mentally there, but I'm like I just think that's a little bit too soon for him to be getting back to work. I'm like, I shouldn't be the one talking because I know I probably would have been doing like some YouTube related stuff like in the hospital and things. But it's like you're trying to run a whole country while you're sick with the virus. Like, nah, bro, you honestly need to just reevaluate your life. There's like really people. Cause no, so there's like still friends of mine like arguing with me. It's like one of my friends, cause this is somebody that I grew up with. So it's kind of hard to just be like, I'm not trying to be cool with you and things like this. Is somebody I'm all like, I do respect them, but they are like, I don't know. I can't like really call them. I feel like a Trump supporter is just too strong of a name to call a person. Like I feel like that's like borderline like calling a black person the N-word. I'm like I wouldn't want to be called a Trump supporter. I'm like nah, that's something. I'm like well maybe the example that I use maybe might have been a little bit too strong. But I'm like I don't know. I wouldn't want to be called a Trump supporter. I'm like don't call me a Trump. So I know I'm never am gonna support Trump regardless of whether he's in office or out of office. I'm like that's just somebody. The last time I have to say I supported him was the day before he announced that he was running for president. But because I was like, yeah, it's like I remember he was on wrestling and he was dope when he was on wrestling. I really did like when he was on wrestling. That was like the last like time I had to say that I had like some respect for the man because he brought like entertainment to wrestling and stuff. He had like one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time. Clothesline, Vince McMahon got us Stone Cold Stunner and stuff like that was entertaining. But who he is now, notice how anybody in the WWE because yeah, he brought like some fans to the WWE and stuff. But just notice how everybody that are WWE fans right now don't, and it's like they have a toss up between WWE and Donald Trump. They do not care about Donald Trump. There's not one person in WWE that I know of that in just all of wrestling, unless it's like some like racist wrestling company or something. I don't know anybody that's a wrestler that supports Donald Trump. Dave Bautista, if you guys, that's the guy that plays in the Guardian of the Galaxy movies. So he, for those that don't know, I would imagine that, like, if you know him, then you know he used to be a wrestler or something. I mean, I only expect people to have, like, seen a match of his unless you went onto YouTube and looked the match up. But, yeah, he used to be a wrestler before he got into movies and stuff. So, he definitely shows his, like, he just shows how much he doesn't like Trump. I ain't gonna say hate because hate's too much of a strong word, but he definitely shows, like, his disrespect towards Trump, I guess. So, yeah, he doesn't support him. No, they don't even mention him. And it's funny because when Trump, when they had said that he was, has, like, COVID, it was funny. They were saying, like, WWE Hall of Famer has COVID, and then they're showing Trump's face. I'm like, I don't even think those guys consider him a WWE Hall of Famer. Them guys don't even acknowledge, like, his wrestling match or when he was on wrestling. And I'm like, that's when the time when I started watching it. And WWE, they'll do that. Like, if it's a wrestler that has, like, a messed up past or something, or they did something that's, like, it didn't sit too well with other people, they do not talk on that wrestler after they left WWE. Because there's the one guy, Chris Benoit. So for those that don't know that story, so there's this wrestler that he had, like, a lot of, like, I think, head injuries. I don't know if it was CTE, but I think they did say he had, like, a lot of concussions, was taking, like, I think pain medication, and I think that stuff got to his head. One thing led to another, and the next thing you know, news broke out that, originally they were saying that him and his family was killed. But then it was discovered that he killed his family and then ended up killing himself. And so Vince McMahon, I remember when the day that it had happened, when they discovered it, because I think they say he was supposed to be wrestling at some pay-per-view, but they played his intro music like numerous times, but he never showed up. So then that's when they was like they got worried, checked up on him and things, and when they went to his house, seen that he was dead and things, and so Vince McMahon, I remember. Like that's something because I wasn't like a big wrestling fan back then when that had happened, but I remember like watching it not too long ago. Vince McMahon coming out on TV and then saying that he died, but then I think it was like the next day or the next week or whenever there was like another wrestling program when it was discovered that he killed his family and himself. Then Vince McMahon came out on TV and said that his name is forever condemned from wrestling. So they don't acknowledge him. They don't have him on their websites. They have like this WWE Network program where you can literally watch matches all the way from like the 80s and stuff. They don't have him on any like wrestling shows whatsoever. They don't acknowledge him whatsoever, and it's crazy because he has a son, Chris Benoit. He had like a son from another marriage that wasn't in the house when he killed because he killed his kid, his wife, and himself. And so there's another son that kind of resembles him a little bit, but he does go by like Chris Benoit, or I think he does use his dad's last name. I don't know if he does go by Chris Benoit, but WWE, they've like pretty much like that name is like his name, family, everything about Chris Benoit is banned. Like they're not. Because they're probably more so afraid, like, if they do hire him, he's going to acknowledge his father out on, or he's going to get booed, or it's just people are not going to like him because they already know. But my thing is, like, look, that has nothing to do with me. And I'm like, plus, since then, like, WWE has, like, changed so much because back then, I wouldn't say that they were, like, as worried about their wrestlers. But after that, and then after a few other wrestlers died from, like, drug related situations and things, because there's a lot of wrestlers that like OD'd or they just had like some like issues going on and stuff with them because like WWE, there was like that you'll get some, you'll think you won't get any injuries because people always be saying like that stuff is fake. It's like when you sit down and you study the art of like professional wrestling, like TV and all of that, you will understand that stuff is not fake. It is not fake. There are wrestlers that have died because of like them getting drop kicked. Like people think like that stuff is fake, and I'm like, that's why I was like, I remember as a kid, like that stuff looked fun and all, but as you get older and you realize like, oh dang, like these guys is out here getting hurt doing these wrestling moves. Wrestlers then got paralyzed. Wrestlers then had to retire early because of some injury and stuff. Like, you think that stuff is fake. Nah, that's like maybe the storylines where they're all like, oh, I'm gonna beat you for the WWE championship. Yeah, that stuff hands down. It's like, there ain't gonna be nobody really over here fighting that hardcore over a belt and stuff. I mean, who knows? Maybe it is. I don't know. But I personally don't think that type of stuff, because them guys be having a comedy side. It's like the Undertaker. When you like see him on TV, then you're like, oh man, that dude's scary. But then when you actually hear because he just recently came out with like this like whole biography thing about him, or documentary stuff about him. And that's this. He's just some regular guy. He just managed to entertain a lot of people just with his character, but he's just a regular guy. So that's why I'm like, people, they think like if you think that's real, then I'm like the whole dead man and all of that stuff. Then I'm like, yeah, you probably a kid or something. But other than that, I'm like, but no, when them dudes be like slamming on things or getting hit with stuff. Maybe like I know, because I remember I watched a video where they said like the objects that they use, like the tables and chairs and ladders. So I know, like, I think the ladders, some of the ladders might be real, but the tables are like they're like easy to break type tables. So it's like when it cushions your fall a little bit, or it stops you from like completely hitting like on the ground. So you have like a layer to fall on, and then you just fall completely down. But it's like it's not gonna hurt you or something. I mean, it depends on how you land, but for the most part, it's like those wrestlers, they're able to like go right back at it and stuff, and just wrestle for many, many more years. So it might hurt at the time, but it's like it's just kind of like falling down or something. It's like you're gonna get back up, and it's like unless you land wrong, then it's like just keep it going and things. But I mean, I still would like. to do like some wrestling related stuff. Like I mean like, you know, actually like doing something, but I'm like I don't know about heights. I don't know about like because I'm saying there's like I ain't trying to be like no Jeff Hardy. I'm trying to be like, you know, like a skinny guy but like a big dude at the same time. Like I'm trying to be like somebody like Braun Strowman. Like, you know, he just plants himself on the ground. I'm pretty sure not all those wrestlers like doing all that ladder stuff. I would like I don't know. I'm trying to think like I would probably do a ladder match, but I'm afraid of like falling. That's what I'm like I don't want to like fall and land or something. So I'm like I would just need to practice more. I would need to be more open to the idea of it and all. But hands down, I still would like to become a wrestler. It's something that just, you know, despite the injuries and stuff, it just I would like that's just another way for me is like entertaining the crowd. So that's all that I really care about and stuff is entertaining people. But I'll never forget when I was like I think maybe I was like 11 or 12 years old and I called the WWE headquarters asking to see if they how old do you have to be become a wrestler. I could tell the woman was like laughing. At the time being I couldn't really tell, but now I'm like, you know, I was like, I was listening to her voice. I'm like, you know what? She was laughing because I'm like, this like high pitched voice and things calls us up, just sounding all cute and things. Like asking to see like how old does he have to be? They said 18. I'm 24 now, so I'm like I far over the age. But I'm like I don't know. I'll have to definitely like practice and train and all of that stuff if I ever did become a wrestler. I know people would be like, bro, why won't you do like a sport like boxing or UFC or something? Because they actually be getting punched in the face. I'm trying to get a fake punch to the face. I ain't trying to like have like no actual brain damage getting punched left and right like boxers and UFC. Well, I don't know so much about UFC, but yeah, I'm very I mean, yeah, wrestlers they've died too in the rings, but and that's just because like, you know, they just probably like a bunch of injuries pent up against each other. But I'm like I'm trying to have like some type of longevity in wrestling. I'm trying to be in there for years and years. I ain't trying to be in UFC for like 5 years and I gotta stop because I got too many head injuries and stuff or like them broken every single bone in my body. So I'm like, nah, them guys, I never, and see, and that's the thing that I was like, I would not want to be like a UFC fighter or a boxer because in boxing, I don't know how many times I've heard stories where they said a boxer had died. There's literally a whole list on Wikipedia of a bunch of boxers that have died in the ring or died to some like in-ring injury and stuff. So that, nah. And UFC, the reason why I would never become like an MMA or mixed martial arts, same thing, or UFC fighters because I'll never forget, I think it was, Silva, Anderson Silva, I think that's that guy's name, when he had kicked at somebody and they blocked it or something, broke his shin. Oh my goodness. I was like, bruh, I think it was his shin. I think it was. I'm not gonna like watch the video, but Anderson Silva shin breaks leg, and yeah, I'm like, dang, I did see it. I watched it because they YouTube got it where you can like look at little like a GIF thing of the video or something before you click on it or something. I don't know how that works out, but it's like you get to see like a preview of the video before clicking on it. But yeah, man, I'm like, I'm not trying to do get no injuries like that because I'm telling you, I've hit my shin on bat frames and stuff, and I'm like, I can't be no UFC fighter, and then I can't do that. So sorry if you guys wanted. I'll play the video games. That's about it. But if you guys ever be all like, "Oh, Tyler, you gotta become a UFC fighter," I'm like, nah. You can become a UFC fighter, but I'm gonna play the video games. I bet somebody would say some stuff like that, and they be all like, "I'm gonna unsubscribe to you if you don't become a UFC fighter." I'm like, "Oh well, do you want me to like fly out to your house?" I would literally fly out to your house, press the button for you before I decide to go through years of training, become some mixed martial artists and stuff. I'll do it for the movies. That's about it. But I'm like, I ain't going to do it for real. So, nah, I'm good. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I'm pretty sure you guys already know by now, like the SeatGeek and Facilo promotions and stuff. So yeah, if you don't, just check the link into my, or just check the description of all my recent videos. I don't feel like going through all that introduction or outros and stuff doing that. But I have a merch store. You could go check that out. And yeah, buy you some merch. But anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.